regarded the world, objects right in front of his face, as if from a great distance. For when he moved on earth, he also moved in other realms. In certain seasons and certain shades, memories alighted on him like sharp-taloned birds, a head turning in the foliage, lantern light flaring in a room. Have you ever wished you could write beautiful words like that? Well, my name is Ellen Byers, and I'm here to teach you the tips and tricks of creative writing. You may be wondering how I know so much about this field. Well, I'm a twice published short story author. I was on the editing board for my school's journal, The Manatee, at Southern Hampshire University, where I'm a lit major creative writing minor. And from all these experiences, I know that creative writing is an invaluable tool to help you, whether in your personal life, school, or in work. Creative writing is all about expressing yourself and expressing the world around you. What greater tool can you use in your day-to-day life? By opening up your mind, observing the world around you, and writing freely, you will have the greatest stories, and you'll learn how to better understand yourself and explain it to others. In the Fiction Writing Guide, it says that writing is all about saying what you mean and meaning more than you say. To start by doing the creative writing process, first you need to free your mind. You need to find a quiet place to work. Some people prefer to have a writing desk. Other people might go to a library. Some even like to go outside, find a quiet spot in nature like a park bench or under a tree. Personally, I like to sit in my bed and write. I turn off all the noise, I close my door, I have just dim lighting, and I sit with a pillow and a pen and paper. That's what works for me, but the important thing is to find what works for you. Everyone is a little bit different. Don't feel like you have to do what you hear other people do. Once you have a place to work, establish a routine to get you started. A routine for writers is much like stretching is for runners or other athletes. It just gets those creative juices flowing. It gets you prepared and ready for the task at hand. Everyone needs a little bit of practice, and getting a routine is kind of like having your practice session. But once you have your routine, you have your place, your mind is free, the next thing is to observe. Go out into the world around you and observe everything you can find. The best writers are observers. So go to the mall and people watch. Watch the old couple holding hands. Watch the mom scolding her child for being unruly. Listen for names. Listen for conversations. Listen to see what people talk about, what people care about. Even look to see what people are selling in the stores. All of this is great tools for writing. It's what we writers call material, and you find that in the real world. Now, if you go out and you see all this great stuff, but then you get home and forget it, what good is it for you? So the next tip is always keep a journal on you. In my purse right now, I have a tiny little orange journal, and I always keep pen and pencils with me handy. That way, if I ever see anything that catches my fancy, anything that just really grabs my attention, I can write it down. Then I have it for later, and I can use it towards any story I'm working towards, or I can just save it for later. So you have your quiet place, you have your routine, you have these great notes to start writing, and you still can't write. The next best thing you can do is free write. That literally means writing freely, without stopping, without pausing, without thinking, without erasing. Write whatever comes to mind. Some people have prompts or themes, but don't feel like you have to go down that route. You can literally just sit down and the first thing that pops into your mind, write about it. If you do have a prompt or theme though, don't be scared to just stick to that one thing. Wander if you need to. It's okay. It's not about what you're writing, it's the fact that you're writing. The worst part about writing is staring at that blank page. It's intimidating and it's scary. It makes you feel like you can't do it. So free writing lets you at least get something on the page, even if it's nothing great, even if it's not noteworthy or New York Times bestselling material. You have something there. That is the best way to get that process started. So once you do all these steps, you now have the benefits of creative writing. You now have found out a way to express yourself, express the world around you. You now can be more eloquent when you're talking to others. You can write better papers for your classes. You can be more impressive in job interviews because now you know how to be observant and express yourself. In her book Bird by Bird, Some Instructions on Writing in Life, Anne Lamott writes this: I still encourage anyone who feels at all compelled to write to do so. Writing has so much to give, so much to teach, so many surprises. That thing you had to force yourself to do, the actual act of writing, turns out to be the best part. The act of writing turns out to be its own reward. I personally have found this true in my own life. Writing has given me a way to cathartically express myself, to put my feelings on paper, and nothing feels better than to express myself on paper, have someone read it, and have my words ring true to them in their life. There's nothing more fulfilling I've ever done. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope you learned a little bit today about how to be an effective creative writer. Have a great evening.